Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to connect your Supabase account to Famous for the very first time. Now my account is already connected to Supabase, so I'm going to go to Famous via my favorite affiliate's affiliate link so that I get a nice discount, and then I'm going to go into sign in with Google, and I'm going to use an account that I haven't used before, such as this one. And we're going to just use a passkey. Awesome. So now we're signed into a brand new account in Famous.ai, and under the subscription we can see that we have a free subscription. This gives us 5 messages every day, 30 in the month, up to 30 for a month. And what we're going to do here is start a project. We're going to go to projects and click create a project, and we're going to simply ask it to create an app that's going to require a login. This is create a web app that has an admin login to change part of the front page. This will be a status message for my services. I will log in to the back end to update the status that is shown on the front page. Please make the app purple #8811DD. When you're creating your app, you would use the prompt wizards. If you don't know what that is, see a previous video in my channel, and you would create a perfectly crafted prompt before you even start. So the perfectly crafted prompt is super important for a great result with Famous and any AI app builder. The better ingredients you put in, the better produce you're going to get coming out. We're going to go ahead and click go. So it's now reading through the specification, thinking about how it's going to do this, and it's going to create us that really simple app. The first thing it's going to do is produce the wireframe, how the app is going to look, and it might have what we call mock Supabase data, which is basically holding messages. For the here we're going to have a status message, so it's probably going to create a holding message that is going to be displayed on the front page. This isn't connected to a database yet, so that message is not editable. Once we've connected it to Supabase, we then need to get it to wire up those things that are going to be in Supabase to the front end that it's created. So front end and the back end are two separate things. It's going to create them both for you, but they're two separate things. And then we need to wire up the features to those various different areas. So that the app from the outset might look exactly how you want it, but it's not necessarily going to be functional until you wire it up to the relevant parts of the Supabase backend if you are using Supabase for your app. So it's creating that admin login, it's creating an admin panel, which will allow me to update the status. And then it's also creating the public status page, which is effectively going to be that home page. The app context is basically a back-end thing that holds it all together. It tells the builder what the app is about and what files it's using and what systems it's using. App layout, self-explanatory. Now it's finishing up. It's creating it in my purple color. It's created me a temporary password, admin123, and get that updating. Here it is. All systems are running normally. That's awesome. I'm pleased to know that. And now we're going to go to admin login and type in admin123, and except my coffee is empty. Okay, I'm going to update the status, and it says it's updated successfully. And so now when we log out, it's updated this here. Now, this is all just currently running locally on this machine. So this isn't going to publish that message out to the big wide world. That message needs to be put into a database. And so now we're going to say, this looks great. And before you connect to Supabase, get the look and feel right. Get everything working the way you want it to work as far as the look, the feel, the feature links and things like that before you connect it to Supabase and wire up those components. Can we now go live with Supabase using authentication having a status table where the latest status is stored. Please keep a log of previous statuses, or is that stati? I don't know. So that we have a history. So now when I press go, it's going to prompt me for Supabase. Here we go. And it's going to tell me exactly how to do this in Supabase. And so we're going to open up Supabase now. I'm probably already logged in. Oh, no, yes, I'm already logged in. So we're going to go ahead and log out of my current account. And then we're going to follow these instructions. What Famous is very good at is when you need to do something, giving you very clear instructions on how to do that. It says, go to Supabase to log in or sign up for your account, go to access tokens, and then generate a new token and paste it here. So we're going to sign up for a new account, password so that I know what it is. We're going to click on sign up. And it's now going to ask me to check my email to confirm. So I'll quickly do that in another screen. And I'm confirming my email. And now it's logging me in to the new Supabase account. It's asking for some little bits of detail. We're going to start with a free plan. And then after that, we can go up to the pro plan once we start throwing some serious things at Supabase. So we'll go ahead, create our organization. We're not actually going to create the project ourselves. We're going to let Famous do it. I'm going back to our Famous screen here. It's asked us for the access tokens. So we're going to literally click on that link, generate a new token. We're going to call the token Famous, just so we know where we created that and where we're going to put it. We're going to click generate token and copy this token, and we're going to paste it. And I'm going to regenerate that token, so don't bother copying and pasting it yourself, because it's not going to work. I'm going to paste it in here and click submit. And now Famous is able to connect to Supabase, create a new project, and then connect everything together. So that's what it's going to do. Is it's basically going to configure Supabase for our app. Writing the code, I found a little bit of an error in the code. It's going to fix that. It's creating a status table. It's creating an authentication hook. That's for the login of our admin user. So that's where the password will be sent to, that authentication hook. We sent the password so that Supabase will then tell you whether you're allowed to log in or not. And now it's finishing up building the app. So when it's in the build process, that's when the project gets updated, things happen while the build is happening. It's going to be in the back end, it's going to be installing various different dependencies various different modules that the server will need. All you need to worry about is working out exactly how you describe to the AI what is needed. So now we've got our purple status. We're operational right now. It's a little tiny login down the bottom. But let's go and have a look at Supabase. We'll refresh this in Supabase, and yep, there it is. So there's our status admin in purple. And if we go into there and into table editor, we'll see that it's created that table. And now we could save ourselves some trouble by not having the admin login, and we could come in here and edit this ourselves just in Supabase. You've got full access to the Supabase backend in here, but that in some cases is easier than creating your app to do a whole load of stuff. However, if you've got multiple things you want changing or things linking together, then having an admin panel to automate that process does make sense. So that is how you connect Supabase to your first project. You will just simply ask it to do it and then follow the prompts.